welcome to another episode of Lazy Wealth Creation. And today we are going to be talking about 3 passive income streams for 2025. Are you ready? Let's go. So then, everywhere I go, all of the places that I speak at as a guest speaker, also as an event host, I get asked, Carl, what's the best passive income? And I think, well, I'm going to have to burst some bubbles here. I'm going to have to pop a cherry or two, cheeky. What is going to happen is I'm going to let you down by ripping off the Band-Aid. When you start out, there is no such thing as passive income. I'm so sorry. This is a myth that is peddled by these furus, fake gurus, who tell you join my course and this is going to be the best passive income you've ever experienced in your life and you're going to be a millionaire in no time at all. It's all crap. If you really want to build passive income, it takes time, effort, and also takes a degree of competence as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to explore my passive income streams, and I'm going to explain the sort of time that it's taken to become passive, so that can give you a really strong understanding of the timescales of the mindset that's required. So first of all, the best way to build passive income in my professional experience is by building a business. This business can be in any sector, any subject that currently requires value to be added. What does that mean? Well, what that means is everyone says, oh, well, what do you want to do in business? Oh, I want to be a florist. I want to be a dance instructor. I want to be a professional NASCAR driver. They're all wonderful, but what does the audience actually want? What does the audience actually need? A lot of people don't look at framing how they set up a business to serve what the customer actually wants, right? What I mean by that is, it's okay, I have a dream. I want to be an international footballer. Well, that's wonderful, but I have absolutely no value to add to the professional football world because I'm not a very good footballer and I can't run. So in order to set up a business, you have to see what value is required to add to people's lives. Now, I've got a couple that I mentor who are a couple of florists, they're business partners, and through helping them in the last 3 to 4 months, we've actually managed to increase their business by about 40% just by doing little tweaks and little changes to their business. Is it passive? No, it's not passive at all. Will it become passive in the next 18 months? Yes, it will. And that means that the florists, the business partners, they will not have to spend anywhere near the same amount of time that they are in their floristry business unless they choose to do it. So that's a big differentiator. You don't have to spend time in your business because you have people that are running your business for you, but you can still choose to go into your business. That's the difference. With passive income, you can choose what to spend your time on. That could be, imagine not missing your child's nativity play. Imagine not missing another sports day because you can't get the time off work. Imagine not being able to go and see a close friend or relative who's in a bad situation because you're in work and it's 150 miles away and you've got a presentation tomorrow. Now imagine being able to do whatever you want, get a flight out to go and see your friends or family the next 3 hours. Imagine losing your suitcase at the airport and not needing to worry because you can replace every item within an hour. Imagine being in a position where your business is running while you're not physically there in the office, making sure that all happens. That is passive income, and that takes time. It also takes effort and hard work. There is no skipping around this, guys and girls. You have to put the effort in, and that could be for a year, it could be for 2 years, it could be for 5 years. People go, oh my God, but I want it now, Carl. Tough. You can't have it now. I'm sorry. We are living in a environment right now where everybody wants everything in 5 minutes or less. You order something on Amazon, it comes to your door the same day. You want fast food delivered, same day. You want your shopping delivered, same day. You want brand new trainers, same day. But when you're trying to build passive income, you can't do that. I'm sorry, that's the better of bad news out the way. I feel like a bit of a, ripping that plaster off for you really quickly, but you can't. So passive income, the best way, in my opinion, is to build a business, but that takes time. It can take a year, it can take 2 years, it can take 5 years. But once you've done it, you can then enjoy the proceeds of that 5 years hard work for the rest of your life. And that is the position that both myself and my wife are in, because we put 4 years of hard work into a business, which now returns a dividend to us every month by way of we don't have to be in the office all the time, and we get paid, remunerated, whether we turn up or we don't turn up. And we get to enjoy part of our life that we didn't have when we were working for other people in the past. So number 1, build a business. Stop before you go any further. If you're enjoying this content, remember to give us a subscribe, a like, a follow, or a share. Every single person that clicks on those buttons, it means the world to us, because it helps us reach more people and get people educated in how to get wealth the lazy way. Number 2, build a property portfolio. Now, I must tell you this. When you gain access to people who are online who say, oh, come to us, we'll show you how to build a property business and you'll be really successful and financially free and all that stuff. Is that possible? Yes. 100% yes. Is it possible to do without hard work? No, absolutely not. You will fail epically unless you put in the hard work. Building a property portfolio can be one of the most stressful, time-consuming, and also scariest parts of passive income to be in. Why is that? Because very often you might have found a property, put in an offer. It might be a time-sensitive offer, like you purchased it at an auction, for example, and you've got to complete in 56 days, and you had an investor, but then all of a sudden they decide they don't want to invest in you anymore for whatever reason. They found another investment opportunity, they've lost all their money gambling in the roulette machine. They just don't like you anymore. They didn't like the terms that you offered. It could be any number of things. Now you're bound to complete this purchase or face financial penalties, lots of interest charges, and you're under a lot of pressure. Then let's assume that the investment went through successfully because you haven't got your own money yet, and you've managed to find a builder who then breaks their leg and then can't complete the project for 3 months while their leg heals. And you have got only 12 months to repay the investor, or even worse, only 6 months to repay the investor. Then what happens? Well, that puts you under an awful lot of pressure. Then they knock through a wall and they find, oh, you've got asbestos, which means we've got to pay to get it cleared out. You didn't budget for that. We found rats living in the wall. Well, that means all the wires have been chewed. So now you've got to pay to have a full rewire and for pest control. The roof is leaking and no one told you about it in the pack. Oh my goodness, now we've got to pay for a new roof that we weren't planning on. So there's lots of hiccups, and these hiccups, they tend to be expensive. So it's not just like you go, oh, 30 quid will fix that. You might be talking about £10,000 that you didn't budget for. You need to fix that. So building a property portfolio can actually be a very stressful time. I didn't used to have this color hair. My hair used to be beautifully dark brown. Now it's like somebody snowed on me, okay? Ever since I got into property. The other thing about property portfolios is they are a delayed gratification strategy. And what that means is it could be that you have refurbished your property. Now you want to refinance to get all your money out. You've got to find tenants in the meantime. That could take you 6 months to a year to refinance in some instances, which means, that passive income that you're relying on, actually, it's going to be 6 months down the line, maybe even 12 months down the line, and there's no guarantee of it. And the interest rates could have gone up on the loans. So, you really do need to think about passive income, building property. I know there's lots of people that will encourage you to get into property. I certainly got into property and I do encourage it for people, but you have to have the constitution of a monk and a knight to be able to figure your way through property because it is far from passive. No matter what the government tell you, it's not passive. My third and probably the simplest type of passive income, also they say, is affiliate marketing. What on earth is affiliate marketing? Basically, any major brand that you could possibly think of in your mind, Nike, Apple, BMW, Lazy Wealth Creation, they, if you look on their websites, will have a special place to go to affiliate marketers. And what you do, you can create an online presence that's evergreen, so it's there forever, a blog post or social media posts, that sort of thing, videos, and you can actively promote a particular product or service, and you put a special link into your bio or into the description or into the comments. And when a person clicks on the link and makes a purchase, that purchase is tagged to you. So let's imagine for a second that you happen to know that there's lots of people interested in specialist dog life rafts for dogs at sea. I don't know, I just picked something random and weird. So you can find a company that manufactures dog life vests and dog life rafts because they've got sharp claws and they don't want to burst them. And you say, hey, look, I've got a special interest group. I run a podcast for pets and for dogs and for yacht owners. So if you give me your affiliate link and I promote the dog vests, life vests, and the dog yacht emergency boats, then if anybody clicks on it and buys it, you pay me a set fee or a percentage of fee. It might be for this product, a cup, you get £1.50. It might be for a yacht life saving piece of equipment like a life raft for the dog that they're going out for 20 grand and we'll pay you 300 quid for every sale you get. That sounds great. So you then start writing blog posts and social media posts and reviewing these products online. You can probably see them on TikTok. There's all kinds of influencers doing that now. And you get a percentage of those sales. And the beauty of those things is once you've done them, you can sort of forget them. Yes, you can make tweaks and so on, but the vast majority of the work is done and it's evergreen. It will stay there forever, provided you don't get up to no good with your social media accounts. And that is a genuine way to gain passive income. However, none of these three methods that I've gone through, which is building a business, building a property portfolio, and affiliate marketing, they're not a guaranteed income every month, which a lot of people, if you're working for somebody else, one of the things that you do is you get that pay packet at the end of the week or the end of the month, however you get paid. And it's like a drug, you plan your whole life around when you get paid, because when I get this money, I've got to pay the rent, I've got to pay the council tax, I've got to pay the car insurance, I've got to buy the food, that's how much money I've got left to go on a night out. I'm not going to pay the landlord this month because it's my daughter's birthday and I can't afford to pay the rent and my daughter's birthday party, so I'll bid off the landlord. And you could be the landlord, by the way, so that passive income, you think you're getting £500 put in your account this month, but one of your tenants has got a birthday party for their daughter and they just don't pay you. Simple as that. What do you do then? So there are lots of pitfalls in passive income that a lot of people don't talk about, but the bigger you build your portfolio, the less risk you find yourself being in overall, typically over time. So building that business, building as many businesses as you can that are independent, that can operate without you. Build your property portfolio to as large as you can without having to be in the day-to-day. And also affiliate marketing, which you could even have other people create for you, VAs from different countries, which are actually very cheap. So they're the three sort of easiest ways to build passive income in my personal experience. So there we have it, folks. That's the three strategies for passive income in 2025 that I would recommend, but it is no cakewalk. It is not going to be passive the day you start doing it. You are going to be required to work, and we can help you with that. And I'll look forward to meeting you on the other side.